Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Minecraft with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to the Swamp Manor, where today we're going to be adding to this little farming area here at the end of our plot. And honestly, what I really want to do is just have a few more micro farms, because I find them really fun to make, and I am learning so much by making them. Right now, we have the chicken farm, which is doing actually better than I thought it was, and we have the melon farm, which I've just harvested from, which has gave us a stack and a half in just a couple of days. Now, of course, that's not really that much, but it is also a very, very small farm. It also turns out I forgot to add water to the top there, so that isn't hydrated, and also we could bring all of this a little bit lower, because the whole melons don't grow if there's something above them was a bug, and I think it's been fixed. At least a few people have said that. Either way, it seems like it's not intentional, and it hasn't always been that way, so I could change that around, but for now, I am really happy with it. So with that waffle out of the way, what are we doing today? Today, I would like a bamboo farm, and I would like a kelp farm, because bamboo can be used as a fuel source, which I think is really awesome, and kelp can be used as both food and a fuel source if you use the cooked food to make fuel, which is kind of weird, but also really interesting. And the question is, how do you make an underwater farm? Now, I have seen a few images of these farms in the past, so I do apologise if I'm making quite a generic design, but all I think you need to do is have a way to detect and destroy the kelp, and then have a sort of water source on top of the top water, which sounds weird to say it like that, and then that pushes all the kelp around, and then goes to a hopper, because now items float when they're in water. Please float back up, thank you very much. So as soon as it gets to the top, if there was water now moving along, it would be pushing it, and then that goes to a hopper, and then that goes to a chest. So that should be fairly simple, although I have been told that kelp is really weird when it comes to how high a specific part of kelp will grow, based on its age value, which you can see in Ep5. So I think we'll need all of the observers and stuff to be quite low down, so we can destroy the kelp after it grows only once, or a few times. Then maybe have all the pistons connected so they all get harvested, which I didn't really want to do with the melons, but it seems like that might be the best way. Anyway, I'm waffling on. Let's build a prototype, see if it works, and then I want a very small kelp farm here. So this is going to wrap around all the automatic farms, go back here, and then all of this will be my redstone test site. Let's begin. Welcome to the test trench. So, all we've got is a little bit of water up here, which is flowing down, and by the way, this took me a good 5 minutes to figure out how I could even do this. So all you need to do is extend a track, and then have the water run along it, you then remove the track, and of course the water in this game is really good at remembering what used to be there. As long as there's still something underneath, which there is, there's water. All the rest are source blocks, and the only concern I have is this kelp here will be destroyed. And the pistons will remove the water briefly, so I think that will turn them into non-source blocks, but then kelp turns them back into source blocks when it grows, so it shouldn't be a major issue, and either way, there's plenty of space here. I've already tested this out with only a single row, but the problem is I kept on having kelp being thrown through blocks, or just right into the air. It seems like kelp is very aggressive with its movements, so let's see if this works, shall we? Kelp goes to the top, gets thrown forwards, and some of them ended up going down there. Okay, maybe I need the hoppers a little bit lower. Though saying that, they are going back up. Well, they ended up in the hoppers. And I think I collected the rest by mistake. But there we are, so that should in theory be it. Replace some of this with glass so it looks nice, make it stone like the rest. Okay, that was actually way simpler than I expected. So all we need now is observers, one higher up, and then the pistons will go out that low, and as long as one of them grows more than one block, it will work, which I think is very likely to happen. Though the smallest kelp will only grow one, so actually maybe that's not right. No, I think it will work. I think it will work just because so many of them, the odds are very much against it. We could always make it a little bit longer as well, which we are going to, since that's really short. I may give it one more go, only being one wide. If that doesn't work, we'll just keep it like this. How do you actually wire this up? Oh, of course, I know how. I know how, because like we were doing before, if I put redstone here, the observer should activate those, right? Let's give it a quick test just to make sure I'm not going mad with this. Actually, no, let's do the entire thing, then we'll check. Now, here's the question. Will this activate the pistons? I know that that will activate a piston, but will this track going like this activate them? I honestly don't know. There's definitely a better way of that. Either way, let's just check. So, kelp goes on. Oh, yep, it definitely works. Fantastic. So, I'll leave that for a little while. And we'll just check to make sure we don't lose any kelp with this type of design. That is really simple. How would you scale this up, though, other than just going along? That I don't know. Because at some point, what I want to do is make much larger versions of all these farms, because then it gets really complex and you need to understand how to make things more space efficient. At the moment, since we're just being quite basic, we don't really need all of that. So I was just standing around doing nothing. We now have 2 in here, and we have 8 in here after just 1 or 2 harvests. It seemed like, though, a couple bits of kelp did, in fact, get stuck right there, and they weren't moving along. So what we need to do is make sure the water goes over this, and perhaps ends on it. That way, it will always go into the hopper. We won't end up with the kelp getting stuck. It seems like the fact we're making moving blocks here, here, and here doesn't really factor in, which is great. I still don't know if we need it to be too wide. After looking back at some of the footage I'm not really going to include, just messing around, it does seem like they get flung everywhere if there's something right in front of them. So, that's no major issue. It doesn't really add anything to the build in terms of complexity. Just have it like that. Then we have the hopper underneath. So make sure this hopper can feed into that one then goes down, and that is all done. So, let's get to work building our finalized product over there. Okay, so we have 8 dispensers, 8 observers. We can easily put the hopper a little bit lower in the water this time. That there is too wide. It almost looks like 3 because where the glass is. That's fine. All the kelp will go along there. So we have a grand total of 8 of them. Again, I can't really think of how you'd scale this up outside of making it longer. Oh, unless you kind of make it like a step system, I guess? So you'd have all that there. Then... Actually, would that work? And then kelp here again. Yeah, then you just need a way of getting all of that along towards the hoppers. So you'd have a large stream, I guess, then have all the hoppers attached to the side. I don't really know. Either way, that's for the future, and that's when I'm going to be looking up tutorials properly. Okay, so we have all of that. We'll plant the kelp in just a second. Let's put down the rest, including the hoppers. And I think this is going to be a nice source of kelp. And the reason why I want kelp, which I've already burnt through, is because kelp can be used as fuel, which will be really, really cool. And actually, bamboo can be used as fuel as well, which is pretty awesome. So now we have unlimited food and unlimited fuel, which will be really good. In fact, could you set up a furnace to use bamboo to smelt kelp? I don't really know how furnaces work. Okay, let me just check this out, since we are going to be making both the farms anyway. So let's put a furnace down. Let's float it in the air for a second so I can see what I'm doing. Now, how does this work when it comes to hoppers? So if you have a hopper in the top, that'll go there. That makes sense, considering that can only be smelted. But how about if I put in a fuel source? That didn't go into the fuel section even when there wasn't a gap. So does it matter where you place this? Now, I used to play a mod pack, I can't quite remember which one it was, which had something similar to the item hopper, so... Okay. So if we had kelp going in from the top, that would end up there. Then we had bamboo there. That would end up at the bottom. That would then result in an automated smelting process. Just need us to collect it. Or, can you grab the smelted item? Oh my god, that is magnificent. Okay, I can see why people love hoppers. But here's the thing, though. I know for a fact that cooking an item, even like kelp, will occasionally give you experience, especially if there's enough in there. So this could also be a way to get experience, since all these will just stack up. Okay, there is loads we can do with this. And I will be checking that out after we've made the farms, because the farms themselves are already plenty complex for old Lathrix. Okay, I think I've placed pretty much everything now, except for the water. So, let's go ahead with this. That should work, I think, based on what we were learning earlier. Just make sure this sets off all of the pistons. Yes, indeed it does. Lovely. Protect that from the water, so that needs to be too high. Whoops-a-daisy. And then we can add the water, add the kelp, and I think we're pretty much done. So what should happen is the water goes into these hoppers, so does the kelp. That will then go down here into the chest. The chest then should be able to be used, even with glass on. Yes, it can. Fantastic. And we can view it all happen as well, which is lovely. I really do like building these smaller farms. They're so cute. Then we can have the bamboo there, and we can combine them into the furnace in the center to have unlimited dried kelp. Well, actually, kelp fuel blocks, eventually. Lovely. Okay, it's all built up. I've been watching it for a short while, and I've noticed something interesting. So over there, you can see there's a little bit of kelp stuck. The reason is the pistons have just activated, it's harvested all the kelp, and now that block of water is no longer a source block. It's a moving block. I'm not sure what you call that, but essentially a non-source block. Thankfully, when the kelp grows, it then converts it back to a source block, and then the kelp just floats up like everything else, and then it all gets collected. So that's working just fine. That's after just one harvest. That's not bad at all. Oh, actually, no, 2 harvests, sorry. But still, all automatic, there we go. We now have an automatic kelp farm. Could be made way bigger and probably more efficient, but there's our first attempt. It also turns out I didn't need quite as much redstone as I thought at the back. We don't need the section there. I found that out because whilst I was trying to fill the water, it kept on activating the pistons, which was annoying me, so I removed this piece of redstone to hopefully turn it off, and yet it still worked. So huzzah! Learning from annoyance. And it's already grew a new one. Fantastic. And look at all those melons! So next then, what we need is to find ourselves some bamboo. So I've never seen bamboo in this game, I've only read some comments about it, and by the sounds of it, it seems to act very much like sugarcane. You hit one section, then the entire thing falls down. That way, we can have something like observers and pistons, and then we can make an automated bamboo farm, which will then feed into a furnace over here, which will then be our automatic kelp smelter, which we need to do absolutely nothing for. Now, hopefully, bamboo grows incredibly quickly to match the growth rate of kelp, which I think it probably will be. I mean, honestly, this isn't the fastest thing ever either. It's just to learn how this works. That's what this entire area is. It's my little learning ground. And so far, I think I'm doing okay. So, where do we go then to find kelp? I think we shall go that way and just continue to go that way until we find something of interest. So I'm assuming bamboo has its own biome. If it doesn't, I have absolutely no idea where I'm looking. And honestly, I don't even know what else can grow in a bamboo biome, if it's even called that, which it probably isn't. So, yep, I have absolutely no idea what I'm looking for, except for let's see if we can find something interesting. And I'll just keep on going. I've got a quick note of the coordinates of our swamp biome, so it's easy enough to come back at least. There's cows, pigs, sheep, trees. Ooh, and spruce, I think, over there. Or is it birch? Nope, it's spruce. Spruce is the dark-coloured one. Okay. You know, I was doing so well with that then, but of course, naturally, I'm recording now, so instantly I'll start failing even jumping. Found ourselves a new desert temple, so let's see what's here other than some lovely explosives. If we can get another diamond from this, that would be fantastic. But first of all, let's just make sure we turn off the whole explosive element, shall we? There we go. Lovely. All the stuff we could possibly need. Once again, I've been bringing way too much stuff with me. There we are. All 9 pieces of TNT. Well, I want the gunpowder, so we'll grab that. Diamond horse armor, okay. We need to get a horse. And you know what? I'll bring the bones as well, just because so many of them. Even the less valuable stuff has some value when it's so stacked. Another diamond horse armor. Do we really need 2? I'll take the golden apple, though. Don't really need the string too much. We really don't care about sandstone. Sand, I actually care about more than sandstone, because we turn it to glass. Single emerald, you know what? I'll actually just leave that there. Well, at least we're going to have loads and loads of bone meal. So, not as good as last time, where it actually gave us a diamond, but that was still pretty darn nice. And of course, we get the explosives. So, I'm just continuing to go one way, and we've hit the ocean, and it's very, very pretty here. We've got a coral reef. I've made my first boat, which is way easier to control than it used to be. I wonder if it's as easy to break them still, though. No! Yep, I have not played in a very long time. Now, how do I get out of these things? Aha! I am a genius, and I am completely stuck. My genius knows some bounds. Well, I found yet another desert temple. It still isn't the bamboo forest, but there it is, or bamboo jungle, or whatever it's actually called. Either way, though, got some golden horse armor, so we've got all the different horse armors in the world at the moment. I'm just going to leave that one, honestly. I do want the gunpowder, however. Thank you very much. We have some more iron. We have an enchanting book, Lure 1. So I'm guessing that goes on a fishing rod. I don't really know. If anyone wants to tell me, then I would love to hear it. And once again, some more bone meal for later. Would have collected all that. So, that's that. Now just to collect up all the little explosives, the main reason we're here. And back to searching. So far, no luck. But I have found a lot of cool things, so still fun. Just not the fun in the way I want. Which is just bamboo. Well, apparently I've got very lucky. I've just found yet another desert temple, since honestly I'm just going around on a boat at this point, and I've found loads of deserts, and I keep on seeing temples, and we've just got 3 diamonds and an enchanted book of Punch 1. I have no idea what that does, but I'm assuming it's valuable. I haven't been looking for too long, but here's something which is weird. I've managed to find mushrooms before I've managed to find a jungle biome. Well, I'm going to make a quick note of where we are right now, but I am going to continue. That is so weird. Enchanted book, Infinity. And yes, we found yet another sand temple, because I'm just slowly exploring everywhere nearby. Honestly, finding the jungle now has become a bit of a secondary task. I just want to see what's around us. So far, lots of temples, and lots of deserts actually. There's just desert everywhere in this world. Okay, another Infinity. Here's hoping Infinity is a good item. Well, we found ourselves a zombie spawner, so one more thing we found, once again jotting down the coordinates, so we can always come back again later. And actually, this isn't very far away at all from our manor, so that's awesome. Still haven't found a jungle yet, though. Continuing to find rare things, but not the jungle. And an enchanted book, a level 3 version of this. Okay, need to figure out what on earth that even does. What on earth are you? Ow! You're painful, I know that much. Okay, well. You may be the most annoying thing of all time. The level of annoyance I have with myself right now is just phenomenal. And I know exactly why I died. I was trying to take a good look at the thing rather than going for it after the first failed attack, and I just spaced out. For some reason I forgot, oh yeah, you need to actually manually block in order to block things with your shield. So I just stood there as I slowly got hit. I was also trying to see how far away I could get before it would, you know, stop chasing me. I was trying to test out way too many things and check out too many things, and I forgot the basics. That is inexcusably annoying. Still, on the upside, the natural spawn point isn't too far away from home, so we're back in the swamp manor only a moment. Yeah. So, I ended up losing a lot of very fun items in a very, very stupid way, but on the upside, we didn't really bring anything with us. All I had was just some iron gear and a few iron items, nothing really of value. But of course, I've now lost a lot of enchanting books and stuff like that. I'm still kicking myself, but the search continues for a beautiful jungle biome, and I'll try and find any other desert temples and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get some of the fun stuff back. Still can't believe I ended up being killed by a drown because I wasn't paying attention to the fact I had no food and I forgot how to block. Yeah. But it is a very me way to die at least. So, you know, at least I am consistent. Welcome to the Badlands. So yet another biome I have never seen before. Lots of orange, fair bit of brown, and a little bit of yellow. And lots of dead plants. Wow. Yeah, lots of dead plants. Just endless death by the looks of things. I can see why this place is called the Badlands. Yet still, no jungle. Very cool though. Oh, it's terracotta. Okay. Definitely need to come back here at some point to collect stuff. We're not that far away again from the home base, so that's really awesome. And if I wasn't killed, I wouldn't have found this. Still trying to make myself feel better. This time, if we get enough stuff, let's just head on home so that if we die, which we probably will eventually, we don't lose absolutely everything. That would be lovely. So, straight away, got ourselves some diamonds, got ourselves some more gold, loads more string, not that we particularly need it. The gunpowder's fantastic though, and I will also take the spider's eye, since I know they're used in some potions. You see, I say that, and I think I'm right. Could be wrong, though. Yay, fire protection too. That sounds really great. Though maybe it's good in places like, you know, the Nether. So I will still, of course, take that. There we are, spider's eyes as well. And, of course, then, we can stock up on TNT. At least these things are very easy to find. I mean, all that stuff I got before, I got in, like, less than an hour of looking around. So, yeah, I think we can get all this stuff back. Still trying to make myself feel better. You are all far less scary when you don't have a trident. Is that all you drop, zombie flesh? So, in that chest, I've now got a fishing rod with mending. Which should actually be quite good, because fishing itself gives you experience, right? Yeah, because you can have the AFK fish farms, which can be used for experience. Huh, gold. Neat. Anything else in this weird place? Got some magma, got the fishing block. Nope, seems to be about it. Oh no, is that another chest? Hard to tell. The reason why I ended up drowning is because of that lovely dolphin there is in the way of everything. No, that's not a chest, that's just sand. Okay, but still, a mending fishing rod, that's pretty cool. Time to try and get some revenge. And goodbye. And you did not drop the trident. For some reason I thought you would. Well, now I'm just kind of sad, honestly. But still, got some revenge. By the looks of things, it was defending that. So what is that exactly? If there's another one though, I'm just going to run. Okay, well you don't have a trident, so I'm fine with you existing. So from that we get a nautilus shell, and 2 prismarine crystals. And a golden helmet. Which I'm going to get rid of. No idea what the shell's used for. That's something for later. For now, we continue to try and find ourselves a jungle. So I've basically been going around every major island I can find, any major landmass, to see if I can see somewhere a jungle spawning in. I also have the render distance on maximum, which is causing all these little mini lag spikes, but so far, no luck. Curse of Vanishing, Curse of Vanishing, Curse of Binding, and Aqua Affinity. Well, I have no idea what Aqua Affinity does. Is it increasing my speed? It's certainly not allowing me to hold my breath. Everything else, I think I'll just leave in there. Though, maybe I'll take 1 stew, because why not? Now, where are the other chests? Oh, is that in the distance? Yes, it is. I am 90% sure that is indeed a jungle. Fantastic. Now, here's hoping there is indeed bamboo. Oh, I think I can see a piece. Is that bamboo, or is that just vine attached to nothing? That took so long to find. Well, there we are. Oh, we just went over something. I'm not too sure what just happened there, but okay, let's just continue. It's about to be night time, so I want to quickly sleep here. There we are. So today we found a Badlands, we found a mushroom area, which is, I think, just called like a mushroom flat, something like that. Anyway, we found a spawner, and now we have found ourselves a forest. Sadly, we did lose things like the infinity enchantment, which will kill me for the rest of the time, but still, here we are at last. Look at that single plant I've been looking all over for you. Now, let's see if you even work like how I think you should work. And let's just reattach that, thank you. Say goodbye to the rotten flesh. And if I hit you here... Ooh, I thought that'd be an instant break, but nope. It still breaks apart like that, perfect. So let's just get all of that. Lovely, there we are. We now have some bamboo. Ooh, and we have a ship. Excellent. Fire protection 1, protection 4, and curse of binding. Does that make that better than iron? I doubt it does. Plus 6. However, does the enchantment actually affect the armor at the bottom? Oh, it looks like it does because it should be going down by 3, but it isn't. Okay. Still worse than iron then, but okay. It's neat. Not gonna take it with me, but it's neat. I'll take more suspicious stew, because once again, why not? Apparently sometimes they can give you positives. So there's 2 of the chests. That one had the buried treasure chest, which I'm not really going after right now. Oh, you know what? I'll take that anyway. There we are, the buried treasure, rather than the stew. Now apparently there can be 3 chests on here, but I've never been able to find the 3rd. So I don't know if that's actually true. I'm afraid, though, we're going to be doing all of that in the next video. So in the next video, we're going to be setting up our bamboo farm, we're going to be hopefully creating an auto smelter and stuff like that. There is loads of stuff I still want to do, and eventually, what I really need to do is set up nether portals so that we can travel through the nether to go to certain places, like the jungle, like the mushroom area, all that, because traveling in the overworld is an absolute nightmare. And occasionally gives me lag spikes. Finally, I can turn down the render distance, which is utterly destroying the computer whenever I'm also trying to record. It's fine until the recording's on, and then everything goes a bit bad. So with that, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff, helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Minecraft is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Today has been a really, really weird video, but a fun one. Lots of travel. Thank you, and goodbye. Hello, Dolphin.